The stage is set for the 67th and final game of the 2019 NCAA men's basketball tournament. It will feature a matchup of two schools, both looking for their first basketball title, the Texas Tech Red Raiders and the Virginia Cavaliers. The game tips off Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on CBS. The upstart Red Raiders took down the Michigan State Spartans 61-51 Saturday night in the second matchup of the Final Four. Graduate transfer Matt Mooney powered Texas Tech to the win with 22 points. But the first Final Four game between the Cavaliers and the Auburn Tigers finished with some controversy. Virginia, the last #1 seed remaining in the tournament, survived Auburn 63-62. A foul call and a controversial no call, both within the last 2 seconds of the game, ended the Tigers' shot at a title. Let's bring in David Gardner, who joins us from Minneapolis, the site of this year's Final Four. He's a writer and documentary producer for Bleacher Report. David, thanks so much for joining us. Let's start with the controversy in the Virginia game. Some fans and analysts say the referees missed a double dribble from the Cavaliers' Ty Jerome. Also, the Auburn foul call on Kyle Guy with less than a second left has come under scrutiny. In your view, did the referees make a mistake, and what was the reaction inside the stadium?
Well, the reaction inside the stadium was just chaos. Nobody quite knew what had happened, and it was amplified by the fact that Kyle Guy, who was fouled on that last possession, he kind of put his face into his jersey, and it looked like he was crying, but actually he said later that he was focusing. He'd heard the whistle blow. Not all the fans in the arena had heard it. I think when you're asking about the foul, though, it was very clearly a foul by the textbook definition of it. You just don't normally see a foul called at that stage in the game, and I think, again, the refs did absolutely blow the call of Ty Jerome double dribbling there near half court, and that would have changed the game. But those are the things that happen in a basketball game. Refs miss calls, and you have to go with the punches.
That's why you watch till the end, right? Well, in the other semifinals, some were surprised Texas Tech took down Hall of Fame coach Tom Izzo and his Michigan State Spartans. At the beginning of the year, experts did not predict the Red Raiders would have a very good season. The Red Raiders have also been the underdog in 3 straight games. How has Texas Tech used this underdog mentality to reach the championship game?
It's been huge for them, and it starts with their coach at the top, Chris Beard. He was a guy who was an assistant at Texas Tech for a decade, but had to go down to a semi-professional league and then a D3 school, a D2 school, and a low-level D1 school before he ever had an opportunity to be a head coach. And his recruits are just like that. His players are just like that. There's only one top 100 recruit. There's no McDonald's All-Americans. They view themselves as an underdog in every game. Of course, now we know that they're not an underdog, and we'll have to see if that mentality helps them out one more time against Virginia on Monday night.
So on paper, Virginia and Texas Tech might not be the most exciting matchup. Both teams pride themselves on stingy defense. You even tweeted jokingly the winner will be whoever is the first to 30 points. Who or what do you think will be the X factor in Monday night's game?
Well, I think it's for either team. There's one guy that stands out to me. For Texas Tech, it's Tariq Owens, and he rolled his ankle in Saturday night's semifinals, so his health will be a huge factor. He's one of their most athletic players, and he's the kind of guy that can be a matchup problem for Virginia. And for Virginia, it's DeAndre Hunter. It's weird to call him an X factor because he's actually a projected top 5 pick in the NBA draft this year, but he didn't really show up in the first half of their semifinal game on Saturday. He did in the second half, and they're going to need a consistent performance from him in order to win the national championship. It may be a rock fight, as we call it in basketball, but I think it'll be an exciting matchup and a close one. These are two extremely well-coached teams.
So I have to put you on the spot. Who are you picking to win it all Monday night, David?
I'm going to take Virginia. I think that they've been the best team in college basketball all season. I think that they've survived a lot of scares. It seems like they're almost a team of destiny at this point. And with Tariq Owens hurt, I think that they have probably the best players on the night, and I think the talent will carry through to the title.
All right, we'll be watching closely. David Gardner. David, thanks very much.
Thank you.